What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another live stream. Tonight we are going to be welding this R32 catch can. It is pretty well burnished, but it's definitely going to be powder coated, so we're not going to go to the trouble of trying to protect this one tonight from scratches. How do I? Here we go. All right, I have tried turning my monitor vertical tonight. It's I don't know what it is. It's a 30-odd inch thing. It's massive. Usually I have it behind this here, this welding arm that I hang my torch on. Try putting it vertical. I don't know if it's any better or not. What I was trying to avoid was this, having the screen in the shot, but I've got this piece of wood here, this yellow thing, that it connects to. Because I'm using this Sigma 16 lens, I don't have much room to move the camera around. There's a piece of metal above and below, and that's really the square where it can look in. Not that we spend much time in that view, but you know, it is the sort of hero shot. It's the big bad camera with the really good lens on it. But yeah, turning the screen vertical, apart from getting it all out from behind the welding arm, it's not really that different. Chris is here. G'day, Chris. Nice to see you tonight. I hope you've had an awesome day. So we'll just clean this down with some isopropyl and a microfiber cloth. I have also, sort of after chatting last night, I've also managed to get autofocus settings on the looking camera. They are super slow, but it might save a bit of time throughout the night because the thing can focus while I'm doing other things instead of manual focus. But what my concern is, and what we're going to learn tonight, is whether it will focus on the arc. Basically what I've done is I've done a firmware crack on this camera to allow me to get this clean HDMI out. And I was worried that it may have face detection actually if I put my face on it, which I haven't actually tested. So I don't know if it will do face detect. No, but it does autofocus. So a couple of minor changes to the stream. Still battling some other gremlins, but just kind of holding off on fixing those because I am thinking about moving this whole room around. Not quite happy with the layout in this space. Rearrange, so I'm sort of holding off on recabling and doing all that sort of stuff. You had a quiet one. My day was awesome, man. I got a lot going on. I think that's the norm for being in business, but I finally feel like I'm getting on top of things, and that it's still absolute chaos, but it makes me feel a lot better about my day. I saw a Instagram post while I was setting up the stream from PWR. It made me think of you. That they have employed 100 people. I didn't get the time frame, but I think it was in the last 12 months. It was definitely months. I guess you don't have to answer in a public forum, of course, but I guess I'll leave it at that. I just merely saw. I don't think I follow PWR. I think Or maybe I do, but I think maybe it was a sponsored post. All right, so today I'm going to try welding one of these vertical seams before I get into welding the filter basket. I've been talking about it over the last couple of streams to see if getting a little bit of heat into the part will improve it. I am noticing now with the screen vertical that I actually look to the video feed to see if everything's in shot, because I was thinking all I need to do is see the chat and the stream stats to make sure everything's working, but I definitely look up. It's probably not a bad thing to look up a bit higher. So autofocus, this is going to be the moment of truth for this. So I'm just going to tack off this corner here and then weld across there. How I've set the camera is so I should be able to override the focal point, but it doesn't seem to be working. As soon as you crack these cameras, nothing really works the same as, as it used to. It's all in secret menus and all sorts of stuff. The beauty, this is a Canon M10, this little guy here, and the beauty of the crack that you put on them is that it's locked to the memory card. So as soon as I take the memory card out, you can see there that the focus is dancing already. As soon as I take the memory card out, it goes back to its factory settings. So, but yeah, probably autofocus is going to be good, but shot setup is going to be what's important tonight. So that is a good thing to note. So I'm going to need like a crosshair on the screen or something. Anyway, I am just going to tack this corner and then spin it around and weld there. We'll see what happens with this focus. Put your welding helmet on and we'll go for it. Just watching the stream back on my phone and it looks like it stayed in relative focus. I am watching on the tiniest little screen, so my phone is vertical, but we'll see. We'll persist for tonight and we'll review at the end. The goal is to try and streamline the process so we can spend more time welding and less time messing around with camera settings. They don't want to pay enough money. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I guess that's probably not fair. It's not a fair thing to say, but I'm not surprised. What do they do? They offer like, don't they do like free employee breakfast or something to make up for it's probably not to make up for the pay, but they offer, I'm pretty sure they offer a free meal a day. Don't they? Let's see if we can get this pretty centralized here. I don't know what it's going to focus on, and I am going to cruise around and weld these 4 corners, and every single one of those is super high, so let's jump up there. Breakfast and lunch they offer. I guess it depends on the quality, the quality of the food. If you're talking about missing pay for a free meal. Interesting. That seems like a weird thing to do, doesn't it? It's a bit like school, isn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if they had a lunch bell as well. I used to work for Coates Hire, and they had a lunch and smoko bell also. It's like little kids at school. $29 an hour. Is that for a welding job? There, I assume. I'd hope at least they'd pay more. They'd pay more. Did you go through and have a look at the facility? From what I understand, it's like a cubicle, like a welding cubicle, and you just sit in your little box and weld all day. I mean, $29 an hour is probably not bad, depending on what they want you to do, but it's certainly better than running your own business, I'll tell you that. Alright, we're here, we're auto-focused, we've got a welding helmet on, and let's get in a welding screen. Alright, camera stayed on, everything stayed good. Doesn't look like it was in focus, but we are just going to figure that out tonight. So next up, I want to weld across here. You're way off seeing that. Okay, so we're welding across here. How do I get that in focus? I think it's just a compromise, isn't it? Alright, let's just get it done, and we'll see it later on. Alright, wow, that was way off being in the center. I just wanted to whip around it and get through it. Where did I, oh, because I was welding across. I always think like, because I'm welding, I see the weld here. Probably not too bad, it's all pretty much in the center of the screen. Definitely going to have to put a crosshair or a box or something around where I need the part to be, just for my own benefit. Preheating it, about the same as yesterday. I think preheating it made it feel a bit better, but the overall look of the weld is about the same as yesterday. Still definitely improving, but you know, haven't found the magic bullet yet. So I'm going to weld across this seam here. That's very hard to see on camera. I actually want it to be on this angle, which helps a little. We're going to go down that direction, like that. It's pretty well in focus. Yeah, Boilermaker, yeah, for sure. $50, $60 an hour. Yeah, I know there's a place around the corner here. They're advertising out on the street, $55 an hour. I don't know what they do there. It's definitely steel work, but I don't even know what the place is. Try and pay attention on the way home tonight. But yeah, I guess like the automotive industry is very different, I guess, to other areas. But I don't know, PWA, is their factory air conditioned? Like, I guess if you're just talking dollars, you know, like dollars is dollars, but if you're talking longevity and comfort, $29 an hour. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, plenty of welding jobs seem to be going around at the moment. So going to touch off these two ends here, and then we're going to switch over to a pulse setting and weld down here. To start with, I'll just tack off those ends, and then we'll come back and find this pulse setting. Okay, let's find a pulse setting. Settings. Are we? Oh, we're sort of on the screen. Every day I either knock or move. I've actually moved the welder today because I was moving that TV around, so everything's sort of out of place at the moment. But we will sort it out over time. Setting number 4 will be the one tonight, which is just the 60% on time, 1 second pulse. It's probably -28, yeah, -28 on the AC balance, 120 hertz, square wave, 150 max amps. Saying them out loud almost every night. I've really got them ingrained in my brain now. think all the industry type jobs here, there seems to be a mechanic war going on my street where mechanics are shuffling between places for better pay. It's definitely a good time to be an employee, that's for sure. Well, I don't know if it is actually. I'll say that's for sure. I see a lot of jobs advertised, so maybe there's a lot of options at the moment. I don't actually know. I just sit in my little box and sometimes turn my camera on to the internet. Yes, I lined all that up, and we'll pop you in a welding screen. Alright, that felt really nice. Everything feels like it's going really well tonight so far, which is bloody good. Chris, I will talk to you as if you're still in the chat. If you're not there, that's fine. Have you had a chance to use your KO welding tungsten grinder yet? And if so, does it take long to sharpen your tungsten with it? I'm pretty sure you said you've got the Milwaukee M12 on it. Thinking about getting one. Anyway, I'm thinking about getting one. Can I force this to focus? I can. Alright, so I'm going to buzz this this curve. I'm actually going to start right down this straight, so I'll have to reposition. Can I force you into focus? Force you into focus. Hey, there we go. Yeah. And yeah, on the M12, yeah. I think it's the way to go. I've actually been yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I'm due to buy a new packet of tungstens, and I was going to buy them from KO, and I thought while I'm ordering from them, I might grab one of their tungsten grinders as well. I just don't want something that's going to take a long time. I've always used a belt sander or a bench grinder or something like that, and whatever the it's not CK who make them, Miller or someone make that super expensive one. I don't want to go super expensive for my first try, but yeah, if they don't take too long, not so much worried about the mess or the batteries or anything like that, but really just the time it takes. Yeah, arc zone, that's what I was thinking of. That weld was freaking amazing. Where are you? Right there. No, they're over here now. This camera. That turned out really nicely. We can focus. Yes. Yeah, really good. Really good. Now we got the curved part. I think I might swap out to my curved prop on this one. Really need to reprint the mount for this because I keep trying to reef on it and I hear it crack every single time. I've actually got some super glue on it, holding it together right now. Yeah, same angles. Yeah, same angles I've got on this little 3D printed thing here, but yeah, perfectly good for me. Yeah, we'll give it a try. I think it'd be worth it anyway. I feel like every day, well, not quite every day, but I guess it's just like having. I've got the grinders attached to my toolbox, which are plugged in, and if I ever want to move my toolbox around to work on a car, I've got to unplug the grinders, and I really don't want the mess so far in this space. I guess is the reason why you get a tungsten grinder. Yeah, I saw they've got it's a Pyrex cover or something on them. Yeah, we'll give it a crack. How do I get this to focus? Then is it just going to freak out again? Yes. Because why? Because of the angle, maybe? Spend more time trying to find the right place for it to focus than I would manual focusing. So I'm cruising around like so. I am just going to ignore the focus and let's weld. That didn't feel like my finest work, but actually did this straight weld on a pulse setting, which I obviously was aware of, but also not aware of at the time. So I turned off pulse and cruised around that curve there, and not too bad. I had a little bit of pulling away as I went around that really steep bit and was chasing a little bit of a blowout, but all in all looks pretty good. So we're going to flip around to the top and let's get started on the top here. Let's get the stream back up there. So camera across here for now. That's in focus. Let's jump in a welding screen. Okay, this one's going to be the tricky one to get in focus, I believe. How many times I say the word focus tonight? Let's zoom all the way out. I think that might be our best bet. Compromise. I'm trying to manual focus it. If we're through here. We'll learn over time where the focal point is. I'm going to cruise along this curve. I want to grab a chill block, pop that there, and a new filler rod. Just get some isopropyl first. All right, welding helmet, welding screen. talking to myself in the welding screen over here. The aerospace stuff that they're doing, that's CNC based stuff, maybe. Did I also? I think I saw a while ago that they were getting into printing parts. Okay, so we'll just weld this little leg here. I just went the whole way around and ended up not on the filter. Increasing to 500 staff and a new facility, maybe? That's awesome though. That's awesome. Okie dokie, let's get around the front of this tank. Pop a heatsink on and let's just switch over this way. Gonna weld across the front here. Yeah, it's so good to see a company like that expanding, especially employing locally. That's bloody awesome. We're doing this. You need that and this. Okay, I mean that was a really nice weld. Oh, the table's too small tonight. I mean, there's nothing like a straight weld. Get the usual spots there, so where the baffles push up against the front plate there and act like a heat sink, but looks bloody good. I feel very spatially challenged tonight. Going across there, you can't see anything. How far can I zoom? If I get that there, we're going across there. You can see most of that. Pop a helmet on, get in here. Okay, looks like it stayed in focus. That's good. What do you get to see here? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Top's done. Wow, that seemed to go really fast. I'm sitting super low in my chair. We're going to go and do this vertical, wherever the camera needs to go, right there. Let's get this vertical pass done. I love how I set the camera up and then move the workpiece every single time. Welding helmet for you, welding screen for you. Alrighty, I really feel like, let's jump in here. I feel like I've upped the amperage on this setting or something. I feel like, no, it's still 110. No, we changed some settings the other night, but they don't save if you don't actually save it. Where are we going next? We're going to this little angled bit at the back here. Where are you? Over here, right there. So I'm gonna just touch up this corner and then weld up this little angled bit. My spring-loaded prop. Welding helmet for you, welding screen for you. Yeah, got a little bit too much heat in the part now. That little angled run was a little bit duller than I'd like it to be. I'll just grab the air and cool it down a little bit. I'll just pop you in a welding screen so you don't have to listen to it. Okay. So, there we go. I bought 4 kilos of ABS plastic for 3D printing. It arrived yesterday, so I can start reprinting some of these things that need to be done around the shop. I bought a spool of this red and it was atrocious to print, and I'm always reluctant to buy a new spool while I've still got some, but I just wasn't using it because it was printing like this absolute trash of a print. Where are you? If it will, it focused for a second there. It's supposed to be translucent red, and it just looks like absolute rubbish. But grey, so light grey is my favourite, but grey and black, usually I stick with grey and black. Comparatively, this is even in poorer quality, but a better print. This was a poorer quality layer setting, but much better plastic. But I got a ton of jobs to print around the shop right now. I've got a ton of parts for my my CNC that I want to print, and yeah, very excited to whip back into 3D printing. It feels like it's been forever. It's probably been like 2 or 3 weeks, but welding helmet on, welding screen. Alright, it's a long one to keep on the screen there. Probably could have adjusted the camera a little bit better, but I didn't. And here we are. But this one's a nice short one. Doing that situation. All looks pretty good. Jump into a welding screen. Felt pretty good. It turned out pretty good too. I don't think that'll buzz around, but the next weld is pretty much in frame, so I'll just do that and then we'll check out how we went. Where's your welding helmet gone? There it is. Okay, now I know there's at least one more seam to go, but let's just zoom out and see what we got going on. Really happy with this weld across the back here. Normally I'm not a fan of this really tight bit, but it really looks nice and neat. This is just where it overheated there. You can see it's quite dull. And the pulse setting, I should try welding a whole catch can in pulse setting, but I get a lot of undulation when I pulse weld over long stretches. And this one at the front here, this front weld looks really good. Can we focus? Yes. Really happy with these settings. I can't believe that night after night these settings are just so good. I feel like I spend so much time ordinarily messing around trying to find the perfect setting, but this particular lot of settings, which is really just the frequency, is what we've truly played with, truly changed at least from my norm. I think a lot of the talking and the setting up and knowing that literally anyone on the planet could be watching really helps a lot as well. Doesn't help with my nervousness, but it certainly helps with my finished product, which is really, really good. I have this short piece of filler wire here. I definitely don't think he's up to the job, so unfortunately I have to clean another stick just for this last weld. Thinking about 3D printing, I saw, it was on TikTok, but it was somebody live streaming on Twitch, and they were just talking on TikTok while their stream was going on. They had a camera set up on their 3D printer, no sound, no talking, no anything, and 10,000 people watching a 3D printer print. And I know it's pretty damn mesmerizing, but that just blows my mind that 10,000 people would be watching a printer print. And it kind of gets me thinking that sometimes my CNC machine will run for 7 hours straight. I wonder if anyone would be interested in watching a router fly around on a table. I know I enjoy watching it, but I wonder if that's a thing that exists, or an untapped market. So I'm very curious. I can see that that was definitely out of focus while it was welding. I'm very curious to see the average of it being in focus when I watch the stream back later. But really, if autofocus is something I can get to work, we're just an auto welding lens away from not having to mess around with the camera too much, which could be a good thing. I don't think I can... No, this camera doesn't have a... Or I haven't set it up at least. My other camera has a single press switch between autofocus and manual focus. I will set this one up to do the same for these look around shots at the end. So a couple of parts that I'm not happy with is we had a little bit of a blowout on this curve here. I'm definitely not happy with the weld at the bottom here, where we got too much heat into the part. And there was one spot here which is probably worth zooming in and critiquing. I keep trying to manual focus, but it's not going to happen. You can see it just at the bottom of the screen there. Right here, you can see just a little bit of wicking on the puddle there, and that I don't know why. I was sort of traveling along with the filler rod, and then just I think my mind wandered and I started going super high with the entry point, and yeah, I got in two spots there. I got a little bit of wicking on the part there, which I just buzzed that down with with a sander before it goes to powder coat, but always annoys me when I do that. It happens from time to time. But all in all, I think this part turned out great. Super easy to nitpick tiny little things on it, but the reality is that that right there looks fantastic. So R32 catch can, I have 1, 2, 3, at least 3 more to go. Here, this sheet I just took off the CNC before we started, with another 4 catch cans and 11 heat shields. So loads of products are flying through the shop right now. Got tons of work on the go right now, so there's no shortage of content for these live streams. But I'm super happy with the outcome of this. I had a question and I don't know what it is now. So successful stream. I guess I'm thinking now about live streaming during the day on the CNC machine. I might try it tomorrow and see who tunes in. Won't affect these evening streams. I'll still do these, but just a no sound machine on. Maybe do a Facebook or Instagram. See what happens. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself. Turned out bloody great. I am very curious to see how the autofocus went. I am trying to figure out ways to make this a bit more streamlined so we can spend more time welding and talking than messing around with cameras and stuff that isn't really part of the stream. I still look and see what other people are doing to see if I can find some hints or solutions, but so far I haven't found anybody else who is live streaming welding as a one-man show at least. But we will continue to work on it. We're making great improvements and I'm really happy with where the stream is at right now. Chris, thank you so much for having a chat with me tonight and hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. I can't stress that enough. To anybody who watched the stream live, I don't have the counter up, but anyone who's here now or who watched the stream tonight, thank you so much for checking it out. I really appreciate it. I'm always dumbfounded that people tune in and check out what I've got going on. Feels to me like it's getting repetitive, but I bloody love it at the same time. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing for the immediate future. Everybody who tunes into the VOD and watches this after it was live, like the video if you like the video. If you feel like you need to dislike the video, put a comment in and tell me what you didn't like about the video. I know you need to see this snippet to get that bit of information, but I can't improve if you don't let me know what you'd like me to do better or what you'd like to see more of. Anybody who hasn't subscribed and might want to see what I'm doing later on in life, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. At this point in time, it helps me out more than you think it would. We'll just get through these questions, Chris. Guys streaming 5-axis here. 5-axis is pretty exciting to watch. I think that would be a great live stream. I'm interested, and I might check it out tonight, but I'm interested in what people do with the audio while they're live streaming a machine running, whether they're running music or muting the sound a little bit like I do while I'm welding. Everlast trying to stream with lots of problems. Yeah, I can attest to the problems. Where do they stream? I'd love to check out where they've streamed. Even them having problems can help me with problems I'm having. I've actually got, which I might actually do it as a stream night, but I've got some EMF proofing cloth coming that I'm thinking about lining the welder with. Anyway, I am super digressing. Have a great night, everybody. If you type that answer to that question, it will pop up for me after the stream has rolled, Chris. But yeah, have a great night, everybody. I will be back tomorrow night for more welding stream, and I can't wait to see you then. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.